Guys who have been with their girlfriend for a long time, do you still find her as attractive as time goes by? Maybe they started to age or gain weight, things like that. And does she work on herself, or did she let herself completely go? Story 1. Heck, my ex-wife I still think is beautiful, even with a bit of gray and a few pounds. Her smile, her laugh, that sardonic wit. We just were not a compatible couple and are both happier apart. But that does not mean I don't recognize all the positive reasons I married her in the first place. I just ignored too many of the negative ones that eventually contributed, along with my own issues, toward our divorce. Story 2. Absolutely. I've been with my wife for going on 10 years. She's my everything, and I fall in love with her more and more each day. I just hope she feels the same about me. Story 3. Been with her from 16 to 37. We've had 2 kids. She doesn't exercise or diet. She's put on weight, lost a lot of her shape, and aged in all expected ways, just gracefully letting whatever happens happen. She dresses very much her age and doesn't put any effort into makeup or styling her hair. I don't know if it's the fact I've been with her for so long. She's the constant in my life, the health scares we've endured, the mother of my children, my wife. I'm just obsessed with her. She's so hot. She's so beautiful to me. Her body is so sexy. Just can't get enough of her. Story 4. Yeah, we got together when we were 19, and she's more attractive now 10 years later than she was at 19. She's found her style that flatters her the most, and she gained a little bit of weight, but it's in the absolute perfect places, even though she doesn't believe me when I say that. She's just more confident and vibrant in her late 20s than she was in her early 20s and late teens. I find her more attractive every year, and while looks are a huge part of that, there's also the aspect of her being my person for 10 years that makes me even more attracted to her independently of just looks. But also her looks are amazing. Story 5. Yes, we have been married for about 14 years now. We went hiking with a group of parents from my children's school. Apparently, I upset a few people because I kept touching my wife's butt. Story 6. Been together with my wife for 8 years, married for 5. We have a child together and we're at an age where bodies change. She has put on weight and aged as expected, and I am still extremely attracted to her. The nature of attraction changes, though. It's not purely aesthetic, although that is part of it. When I see her, I can still see the youthful beauty she had when we first met, and I can also see the warm and strong person who has been with me through the challenges of life. There was a time when I felt less attracted to her, and I thought it was because of physical changes, but it was also a time when we were having difficulty communicating and being kind to each other. After we worked through that, she actually felt more attractive to me than she did before. We both know that we are not a given in each other's lives, and that we constantly have to work to be good partners and stay in love. Not taking her for granted reminds me how lucky I am to have her in my life. She also has a truly remarkable figure, which doesn't hurt. Story 7. Been married almost 10 years. If I had it my way, I would be with that woman every single day, multiple times a day. Sure, she put on weight. She carried 5 kids inside her body. But that doesn't make her less attractive. It makes her more attractive. She sacrificed her body that many times to create a family for us. I don't think I would ever be happy with another woman. She completes me in so many ways. Story 8. Yes, I do. I think it's natural for people to let themselves go a little bit as they get older and more secure with a partner, especially long-term. And I think it's normal to notice that. But at a certain point, it also doesn't matter nearly as much. The emotional bond keeps the physical attraction there. Does she look the same as when we first started dating and were both trying to look and act our best? No, but neither do I. Story 9. My wife and I have gained a similar amount of weight. We have been together for 7 years, married for 2, and I am still very much attracted to her. I love seeing her dressed up for a night out, still get turned on watching her change, and not to brag too much, but our sex life is pretty active too. Story 10. Married 29 years next week. We have both aged, had surgeries, and gained weight with time. When I look at her, I still see the beautiful former cheerleader and former beauty pageant winner she was 30 years ago. But now I also see the wife, mother, community volunteer, and incredibly giving person she is as well. I wouldn't change a thing. Story 11. 24 years and 3 kids. I worshipped the ground she walked on. Loved every stretch mark on her. She was my everything. Then on August 21st, 2021, COVID-19 took her from me. Still trying to recover. Don't think I ever will. If you are with someone, cherish every moment and don't take life for granted. It can be taken away in the blink of an eye. Story 12. My wife and I have been married for 39 years. Yes, she has gained weight, so have I. It happens. She has a little gray hair and I have a lot of gray hair. Her skin isn't as flawless as it was when I met her, but she is still beautiful to me. She is my world. We have 2 grown children and a grandchild that I love dearly, but at the end of the day, it's just the 2 of us. As we age, our eyes don't see the flaws if you love the other person. Anytime she gets undressed, I follow her into the bedroom just to get a glimpse of her naked body. She obliges but doesn't understand why I think she's so attractive. I can't imagine my life without her. Story 13. Been with my wife since 2001. She is still very much attractive at 44. She is also the sweetest, most caring, and most kind-hearted person I have ever met. No idea what the hell she is doing with me. Story 14. Our child is a year old now. She's put on weight and doesn't really do much exercise. She is constantly complaining about body aches and weirdness after pregnancy, and she has this cough that she just likes to ignore even though she should go to the doctor about it. She also eats late at night and constantly snacks. All of that I've noticed, and not one thing makes me remotely less attracted to her. She is my queen, and I am still madly in love. I love and accept her for who she is, but I do care about her health, as we want to have a second child. With our first, we had a few complications, so I've been planning on trying to motivate better health by also getting myself in line. I've let myself slide too. I personally feel like I can't say anything unless I'm willing to get myself in better shape too. Hopefully, by doing so, it will motivate her. It should be a goal we both partake in, and I will never not find her attractive or care about decline. People get older and bodies change. If you can't accept this reality, you'll never understand true love and commitment to a partner through life. Story 15. Physically, I know she is not as objectively attractive, but it's been 26 years of marriage and 3 kids. However, the heart can be funny that way. I see the woman I've been through so much with, and I still can't keep my hands off her. Story 16. Yes, absolutely. We have been married for 5 years and together for 16 years. Both of us are in our late 30s, and we have no children and are okay with that. She is more beautiful now than when we met. You know when you first meet someone and they are always dolled up, so you never really get to see them when they are not wearing makeup or dressed to impress. I tell you, it's so attractive to see my wife comfortable, wearing sweatpants and a t-shirt, hair looking like a bird's nest. I began to fall in love with her more and found her more attractive when we can just be comfortable together. Still to this day, every time I make a pass at her when she's either in the kitchen making coffee wearing a bathrobe or sweatpants, or getting ready for work, I give her a smack on the back and shout, "Whoopee, you smoking, baby!" Story 17. Together for 32 years, married for 30, and 5 adult children. She absolutely does not look like the woman I married, neither do I, but she is the most beautiful woman in the world. Her smile, the sparkle in her eye, the sound of her voice, the inside jokes, the shared memories, and the shared struggles, the smiles, the intimate moments just enhance her natural good looks. I simply cannot get enough of her. She is simply amazing and 10,000 times as beautiful as she was when I first met her. Story 18. Absolutely. We've known each other since we were 16, and we're now 42. Married for 18 years this July. 3 kids and a lot of life later. I still find it hard to believe I tricked her into loving me. She's gorgeous, although she often says that she doesn't feel pretty anymore. But there's something about the life we've lived and made together that just adds to her beauty for me. And even still, I think objectively, she is physically beautiful. I wish she could see herself as I do. Story 19. I, a 73-year-old man, definitely think my wife, a 70-year-old woman, is super attractive. We're best friends and intimate often. She keeps herself fit and leads a very active life. Yes, gravity has had its effect on both of us. But when she undresses, it's still a thrill to me. Her skin is super soft. She's short but long-legged with definite curves. I could go on and on. Story 20. Find my wife more attractive now at 40 than when we met as teenagers. She has had 2 kids but is a dedicated gym addict and has a great body and has taken great care of her skin, so she looks a lot younger. I feel truly blessed that such a beautiful, sexy, lovely lady somehow fell in love with me. Story 21. I certainly do, and she doesn't follow me on here, so I'm not saying that so she will see it. I'm 40, and she's 37, and we've been married for 14 years. We've hit the gym hard and looked great, and we've slacked off and gained weight and everything in between. I want her just as bad today as I did when we got together. And it's because she is mine. Kind of like the Marine Corps saying about their weapons, there are many like her, but this one is mine. Story 22. Has your girlfriend started to age, gain weight, and let herself go? Is that why you're asking? Because it's also normal to not be attracted to those qualities, but it's not normal to place all your attraction for a person in the physical category. There should be emotional attraction that usually overrides any mild to moderate physical changes, unless you've been together for a short amount of time and you haven't built that emotional bond yet. Unless she has truly and actually let herself go, such as gaining hundreds of pounds or staying in bed all day. Both those sorts of things warrant a visit, likely multiple visits, to the doctor, however, not a conversation about how you're not attracted to them anymore, as there is almost definitely more going on than simply not caring anymore. If you were totally blind, would you still love your partner? If the answer is no, then you place too much worth on the physical and not enough on emotional connection. Story 23. Absolutely. We have been together for decades and have gone through all the life stages together. And no matter how she changes, she has always been boiling hot to me. Sometimes when I look at her, I still see her teenage smile and it melts my heart. We are old now and still very happy together. I still pinch her backside when we are walking together, and I still watch her hips sway when she walks away and wonder how I got so lucky. Story 24. I found my first wife attractive and was married for 12 years. After I caught her cheating, I couldn't look at her. I've been divorced for almost 7 years, and I find her repulsive. I've been with my second wife for 6 years, and she is still as beautiful as the day I fell in love with her. Story 25. I find my wife more attractive now than when we met. I've looked at pictures from then, but she has more beauty to me now even though she is the same. I don't know if it's the fact that she is now a wife and mother to my child that may help, but I find her absolutely stunning now. I'm not joking, she's a solid 9 on the scale. I'm a lucky man to have her. Story 26. I'm not fake. I don't switch up. I don't compare what she used to look like after she's carried my baby for 9 months. She's as attractive to me as the first day I met her through all her body changes. It's rare these days, but I don't care about someone else's opinion. I never did. That seems to be what drives guys with wandering eyes, hoping their girl keeps up with the young girls. And there is no need for that. Story 27. We have been together from 20 to 40. We have both put on a ton of weight, gained some grays, and had a child. She has always been effortlessly pretty, not a scrap of makeup, with her hair in a curly, messy ponytail, beautiful hazel eyes, and a nice, toothy smile. She was someone I would call a t-shirt and jeans kind of girl. Southern roots with a liberal mindset. She went from cute bikini briefs to so-called granny panties, due to her C-section scar being irritated by the waistband. I brought out the nerd in the country girl. She is into comics and Japanese animation and Star Wars now. There is nobody else on this planet who I would rather be with. No one else I would rather have by my side to face the world. Together until the end. Story 28. It's very important to remember the things that got you to where you are. Those early days when you would pick each other up and go on a very simple dinner date, all the way up to those big events where you dress to the nines. When you fall in love with the person they are and all of the qualities that make them the person they are, the attraction will always be there. If you base your attraction on shallow prerequisites, you're not setting yourself up for long-term success. Story 29. Definitely. The short answer is that she is naturally attractive, but she also puts in effort to stay that way, which is very attractive to me. Hair, makeup, skincare, gym, diet, and clothing. She'll be the first to tell you that it's a lot of work, but it matters as much or more to her that she is attractive for the dual purposes of feeling attractive and me finding her that way. In summary, natural beauty and effort. Story 30. This thread is so freaking wholesome, making me smile and say, a lot. I'm so happy that there are clearly a great deal of men that love their wives more and more each year. I wish more women knew what men really found attractive and sexy. The beauty industry would reject these comments and would like us women to carry on focusing on the stuff that isn't important, such as smooth skin, abs, perfect face, no gray hair, etc. Looking after yourself should mean embracing your true self, a little exercise and good food, but also laughter and kindness and being soulful and perhaps most of all being connected to others. Women are told more and more to be perfect and young in every way. If only they knew that all that doesn't matter. Story 31. Married nearly 30 years. I'm still as hot for her as the day I met her. I'll be honest. She has rejected me so much in the last 20 years that I mostly just ignore her and do my own thing. We are basically roommates. This isn't because I don't find her attractive, but she has worked very hard to kill all the desire in the relationship. But I love her, and she is a great life partner.